Grand Rising, everyone. I hope you are having a blessed and wonderful day today. Welcome to the Spiritual Hub Energy Joy on You, aka She Joy, you guys. We are going to go ahead and be using the Ketu Tarot, Rider-Waite Tarot deck that's been anointed by the She Joy Holy Manifesting Anointing Oil, as well as the Oracle Answer book, which has also been anointed, as you can see here, front and back everywhere. We're going to be using these two to get some clarification, okay? So let us start with our messages here. Okay, so God and universe, what do we need to know right now? So for something that is going on, the timing just seems to not be right. We're going to clarify that. That's going to be, what we'll do is we'll ask the, so God, what about the timing is not right? What do we need to know about the timing? Why was that the message? And what do we need to know regarding the right timing? I like how those just kind of fell out immediately. Okay. Wow. Complete side note to what I was thinking here. We do see that there's some form of a relationship going on. In between that relationship is both of them waiting for something. Waiting for cups. So maybe you're waiting for a certain type of support to come in, or maybe you're waiting for, your coins to come in. Both of you are waiting on your coins to come in, from what I'm seeing here. I do want to take these cards. I really do, because they came out. So we will see what we got to do in order to get these cards out. Wow. Wow. Okay. And we'll go through each one and just kind of get an understanding. So you guys, starting the read, right? It says the timing is not right right now for something. So it's like maybe you're wanting to get a justice, or maybe you're wanting something to work out right now at this current time. You want justice, or you want, balance, or you want that peace and that harmony, whatever it is that you're, looking for at this time to happen. Or maybe you're waiting on those chips. Maybe it's waiting on that relationship, whatever it is, the timing is just not right for it just to materialize right now today. You know what I mean? It's going to take a little bit of time because you're asking for a situation to have justice. And if you, it's just like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. I rebuke that. No, it's not just like that. But for example, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, it takes a minute. It takes a while. There's a process for, the sides to get justice. That's a process. You don't just overnight, hear a story and then, okay, boom. That's not how it works. Justice takes a little bit of time. And sometimes it takes time to get balance. And so that's what you need to know today is that, take each day by day with gratitude, with understanding that you're growing, you're evolving, and you're meant to experience these things because life happens for you and not to you, okay? For you to experience, okay? And we're seeing here that you're really thinking about your future, your future relationship, how your relationship will be in the future, how your different relationships, connections will be in the future, and, where your financial status will be. And yes, it's always a good thing to think about your future and to think about, the things that you want to transpire or to materialize for you, right? But the thing about that is whenever you're going to focus on your future, you make steps, you take action, and do things that are aligned to that future, that bring you joy, that bring you a good upward energy to help to manifest that. Because if you just think on the future and like how this, that, and that, and the third, then, it puts you in the energy of lack. And that's not what you want to be in. You don't want to think of the future and be like, oh, but I'm not there yet. Well, obviously, it's the future, darling. It takes time. It takes a little bit of time to make these things work. Okay? And it does very much seem like, you are manifesting many, many, many opportunity. And opportunities are, showing themselves. Opportunities are very abundant. Always. When you look for an opportunity will pop up. But you got to understand that even opportunities have their struggles. You know what I mean? Let's say you got an opportunity to be a host to something, like a dinner host, or a host to a party, or a host to a TV show, or a host to, I don't know, but a host. Let's say you get a job to be a host, right? That's a great opportunity. Yes, it can push you forward. But is that host job going to come with, its own challenges? Absolutely. It's going to challenge you to be able to deal with different energies. It's going to challenge you to step outside your box. It's going to challenge you to, try to balance your energy for longer periods of time. That's what some of those challenges may be. And it's interesting because you show up as someone who speaks their truth, someone who does not hold back. You don't just speak to speak, you speak for purpose. You speak for a reason. You speak to help. You speak to educate, and things of that nature. And you also are not afraid to, speak the truth. And sometimes, it comes out a little blunt, or sometimes you may say things that may be slightly hurtful, though it not be your intention to hurt anyone. It's your intention to be real. It's your intention to enlighten. And to do that, sometimes you do have to, hit home at times. You know what I mean? So you're just moving forward with that energy. And while you're doing that, you're also waiting for your relationships to show you the things of reciprocity, of balance, of harmony, of mutually beneficial situations. And it definitely seems like anybody who is coming to you, anybody who is connected to you, anybody who is aligned to you, anybody who you speak to, is definitely on that same frequency of speaking the truth. And they're connecting to you as a partner of some sort. And it does not have to be romantic. When we say partners, it does not have to be romantic, okay? But the people who are coming up to you are aligned to your energy with partner energy, right? With balance, with similar goals. Both of you are trying to harmonize, trying to grow, trying to evolve, trying to build, these things. And, you have had quite a bit of emotions here lately, but the thing about it is you can see the emotions in the back, but you're stable, you're firm, you're planted on the ground, and you will not be shaken. Okay? So you have to just trust the process. When your physical eyes can't see what's going on in the future, or even at the current moment, you have to trust the process, that you are guided to the things that are best for your evolution. Okay, so just trust the process, and try to remain balanced. It does seem like you're balanced here, but I'm going to tell you something else that I think is interesting about this picture. So when you cross your arms like this, or somebody's crossing their arms like that, 9 times out of 10, it's them, it shows like body language. It shows like you're not interested or you're upset. But really, a lot of the times, that's your way of like protecting yourself, right? So it definitely seems like you're protecting yourself because you're not sure what's going to happen. So you make sure you're always protected, and that's good. And you are protected in all realms, okay? So another thing here is that you're getting more metaphysical. You're definitely stepping more into research and stepping more into understanding yourself and others. And that's helping you to be able to manifest those things that you want. How that's happening is you having the enlightenment that you need in order to push you forward with your strength, which is being nurturing, caring, kind, and compassionate, being an empath. So you having that empathy and understanding what people are going through without feeling what they're going through allows you to be able to help, them to change their energies if they want to. And it also helps you to be able to navigate through the energies because you transmuted your own energies. You took yourself from that rough spot into that, peaceful serenity kind of a vibe. You took your own energy into a better vibration. You know what I mean? So you learned balance, and now you're showing others that same balance that you've achieved. And, people see you as like, wow, I don't know how you keep making it through these situations. I don't know how you're so strong. I don't know how you're, so joyful. I don't know how, all these things. And it's really because you learned at a younger age, what trial was. You learned at a young age what the struggle really was. You learned at a young age, that everybody doesn't want what's best for you. You learned at a young age that sometimes you just gotta worry about yourself. And in the process of you worrying about yourself, you learn to love yourself. And that's what people didn't understand, because a lot of people didn't go through those same struggles. So they didn't love themselves enough to push them through because they never had to push themselves as hard as you did through some of those events. So you learned a profound lesson at a young age. And, that is why you show so strong. And that is why people are so drawn to you, because you have a wisdom that is undeniable. That is undeniable. Okay? And people love that about you. Now, the thing about it is it seems like you keep getting blessed and blessed and blessed. And people are like, how the heck are you so blessed? And you're just like, you see it as blessed. I see it as I have struggled my whole life. And I've just kept my joy. I've stayed humble, and I tried to be the change that I wanted to see. But people see it as, oh, yeah, you just lucky, or you just got it going on. And you're just like, if you really knew, right? Like, if you really knew, that in order to be the water bearer, in order to be the emotional bearer, you had to endure. I'm going to say it like this, because this is what I'm hearing. You've gone through things, multiple things that could have killed, that would have and has in the past killed people. Multiple things that some people just couldn't put up with. Some people couldn't hang. Some people just couldn't figure it out. Some people just could not get themselves to do it. And you did. And you continue to go through those things that some people could not. And that's just what it is. Some people cannot, could not, would not. And those are things that you do. Because you love yourself enough to not give up. You're like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to make it. Because I know I'm not going to give up. And I know God's not going to give up on me. And that right there is the true blessing of why you are so blessed and why you are seen as so blessed, because you continue and you continue and you continue and you continue to be amazing. And a lot of people just don't understand that, you know, that in order for you to be who you are, you had to endure a lot of depression. You had to endure a lot of anger, a lot of hatred. You had to endure a lot of relationships that weren't reciprocated because you loved more, because you loved deeper, because you loved yourself more, so you were able to love others more. You know, which meant that, you know, you understood that you don't need somebody to love you. But you've always wanted somebody to love you with that same love that you give. And so that's why you walk away from situations that don't show you that. Because you're like, if you don't show me what I would show you, then what's the point in this relationship if it's really not going to help me at all? And then you even tell them, if it didn't help you, then leave. If I'm not giving you what you need, then you shouldn't be with me. And it's like you're telling people that because of how loving you are. And that's hard. But it's true. You know, it's so, you know, don't compare your journey to others because it's simply uncomparable. It really is. It's uncomparable. Because you don't have the same journey. You know, they do not have the same understanding, and people can only understand what they perceive. I see that 11:33, right? If you're in an argument with somebody, everybody has an opinion. You know what I mean? So you just have to understand that people will only be able to see from the point in which they have allowed themselves to love themselves, to understand themselves, to understand themselves. Meanwhile, you know, though you know that you have control over certain things, you realize how much control you don't have over things. You know what I mean? And it brings you a peace because you're like, okay, you know, I can just go with the flow. I don't have to assume. I don't have to do anything a certain type of way. I can just trust the process and know that no matter what, I'm going to move forward. No matter what, I'm going to be okay. And no matter what, there's going to be people along the way, things along the way, events along the way that's going to bring me an exuberant amount of joy. That's going to bring me great opportunities and great experiences. And that's the facts, Jack. That's the facts. So God is letting you know at this time, universe is letting you know at this time that the things that you want are coming together. But the timing, baby, that's on God's time. God ain't never let you down. God ain't never gave you more than you can handle. Keep trusting God. Okay? Keep trusting the process or universe. Keep trusting yourself along the way. And you will get those gifts that you want. You will get those opportunities. You will see the beauty that is co-created between you, God, and universe. But let's get the advice. God, what's the advice? God, what's the advice? Yeah. So the advice is to just walk away from the foolishness. You know, don't be focused on the past, because focusing on the past isn't going to get you to the future. Don't be focused on, you know, too much on the future, because you got to be in the now. Do things now that bring you joy. Listen to your favorite song. Get your journal out and jot something down. Call your friend up. Treat yourself to something nice. You know, go make your favorite food. Go out to eat. Go do something that brings you personal joy just because you can. Absolutely. And in the process, you guys, don't put yourself in a situation where you have to fight. Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to defend. The Lord fights your battles for you. Hallelujah. Yeah. So all you need to do is set those boundaries to let God know, okay, God, this, you already know, God. You already know what I can and cannot handle. You already know what I will and will not deal with. And that being said, you know my boundaries, God. You know my boundaries, God. Right? Though I'm constantly, growing my limitations, expanding my horizons, expanding my limitations, God. I'm putting these boundaries here for you not to give me more than I can handle. And I feel like that's exactly what God understands for what you've been saying. You know what I mean? God's like, you've manifested. People have continued and continued to drop their issues on you, to drop their emotions on you, and all of these things, and you just continue to push forward. But you do not have to hold those burdens. You do not have to bear those emotions. You do not have to do that. You have bared your cross. You have bared your cross. Now it's time for your victory. Okay? Now is the time for you to be in the energy of the emperor and the empress. For you to be able to build your empire without worrying if a peasant's going to mess it up. Okay? When you help, it's because you want to help. It's because you can help. When you build with people, it's because you can. It's because you know how. It's not because you have to anymore. It's not because, you want a good karma or a bad karma. It's because you understand and because you genuinely want to help people. And that is the beauty that is you. Keep shining. Okay, you guys? So that has been the message for today. I really hope that this has helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. You guys are amazing. Please go to www.shejoy.biz, which is www.shejoy.biz. Thank you guys. Stay blessed, never stressed, with much peace, much power, much love, much light, and of course, much joy. See you guys next time.